Yo, we are here. What is popping, everyone? What is popping? 17 viewers off rip. What is popping on a super spontaneous stream? I set up this stream like 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes before I started. So it was like 9:47 Eastern, and I'm like, "Ooh, we cutting it close. We cutting it close." I was really not going to stream today. You ever have one of those days where it's just like, I should work today? Well, it's like you've been working all day, but it's like, I really want to do nothing tonight. But then it's like, bro, all the good conversations we be having and stuff, and it's just like, dude, it literally does nothing but help me to stream. So get off your lazy butt and do some work. And I'm like, all right, bro. I had an inner monologue with myself. I talk with myself in the mirror and everything. I got my mirror right there. That is my best friend. Shout out to my boy, KingdomAce. He talked me into it. KingdomAce is why you guys got to stream tonight. Aki is actually, isn't like Akiberry, like Akiberry. Is it Aki or Aki? I don't know how you want me to pronounce it. Let me know, so that way I'm not mispronouncing your name. 25 viewers. What is popping? If we can get 25 likes, that'd be awesome. That way we can hit 50 likes by the end of the stream. That'd be awesome. Share the stream out with a homie. Open the iPad for your doggo. Tell your uncle about the stream. Your little cousin. Somebody. My little cousin be coming out to the streams all the time. Vizuki, you are watching. What is popping? What's up, Nomura? Nomura is in the 5th dimension. What's up, Ignis? Miss Pirate, as always, good to see you. Anime Mafia is here once again. Evil Defender, what is popping? Greetings. Father and son, what is up? Ricardo. Gabrielle, welcome. Thank you very much. Hinlow. Thanks for taking time out of y'all day to come hang out with me. Master and Sora are actually Goofy from 2 parallel universes. I'm gonna be real with y'all. That stream title is all clickbait. I mean, we gonna talk about it, but it's like, y'all know how content creation go. I'm gonna talk about what the title's about, but you know, I was like, what would be something interesting they like hearing about? So I had to think of a topic y'all want to hear about, because we generally talk Square Enix a lot on the channel. So it's like, even in streams, I'm like, I think it's best to, talk about things. So let's talk about the Master of Masters and Sora, since y'all like those two a lot. Nomura's in the 13th dimension. He made the 13th dimension. Soul made it. What's poppin'? First time making from a live stream from the start. Hey, yeah, we just getting started. We just 5 minutes in. You all good, Tokyo? What's poppin', homie? Posted a video today and a stream. Yeah, usually that doesn't happen. You see, the thing is, I forgot I uploaded today because literally that video was 0 effort, because I mean, it was a reaction video. So it's like, what do you all mean doing a reaction video? And the thing is, that video was not a splash whatsoever, because it's a reaction video to a game that got leaked like 5 days ago. So everybody's seen the trailer already. So that wasn't too surprising. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to upload it, but I was like, bro, I want an upload today. I'm not sure I'm streaming tonight. I made it. I usually react to the Persona trailers anyway, because I have commonly done that. So I was like, you know what? Screw, we'll do it. So that video doesn't do that well. It might get unlisted, maybe, depends, but who knows? I ain't no god, Anime Mafia. Just like Captain America said in that first Avengers movie, there's only one god, man, and I doubt he dresses like that. Because if he looked like this, that would be pretty underwhelming. Best Cage Theorist is back. Hey, I'll take that crown. I'll wear that crown if y'all want to give it to me. I can't say I didn't exactly work to get that title. I know there are a bunch of other amazing theorists out there in the Kingdom Hearts community, so much love to all my other theorists out there. One day I'll get another KH tuber besides Prodigy on here, even though I'm not a KH tuber. At least I don't consider myself a KH tuber, despite uploading a lot of it. I'm more of a JRPG tuber, mainly because I'm open to uploading more than just Kingdom Hearts. While most cage tubers only think about uploading Kingdom Hearts, I don't only think about that. So, Jim the Grapple, let's get it. Got alive, what's poppin'? Every day. What's up, Quiet Josh? Good to see you. Quiet Guy Josh, excuse me. Just finished my popcorn, my bad. Hey, you might need to pop yourself another bag because we just getting started here. Jordan struggling with his inner darkness like Riku, bro. Who got the blindfold? Because I'm pretty much the colored Riku. That's pretty much me right now. Acai. Just want to make sure I'm saying it right. I'm definitely gonna get that wrong again. I'm usually pretty good with names, so I might not get it wrong again. But one thing that's I guess since we got like 30 people in here and we all talking to one another, just let y'all know I trust y'all and I'm real with y'all. Everybody has things they're self-conscious about. Everybody has that. Including yours truly. I have things I'm self-conscious about as well. You'd think not, I represent that I'm a JoJo fan in front of people. I've got Steins Gate in the background, all this kinds of stuff. I'd be thinking I'd be looking decent on camera. A lot of things to be embarrassed about. But one thing I generally never show is my ears. One thing about it, it goes back down to I actually had surgery on my ears when I was younger. I was actually born with incomplete ears, so they weren't complete. That didn't affect my hearing or anything like that. I honestly think I have pretty good hearing, but they weren't complete and everything. I'm not gonna go into all the details of what happens when you don't have a complete body part on something, but that's why if you ever see my ears and they look a little strange, that's why. I used to get like teased about it when I was little and I hated it. I mean, I don't think they look that weird, but I mean, I'm one of those people that has a big enough head to where when I look straight, you can't see my ears. I hate it. I hate that. That's why I usually keep chat right here. That way y'all got, my good angle or something. And I'm trying to, y'all can peep the fade. But other than that, that's usually why I do that. But I don't, because I only got conscious about it because I was looking at myself in the stream, obviously. And I was like, ooh, I took off my headset and I'm like, ooh. Squares, the new organization 13. What's up, Moose Wayne? Don't mind me just watching. Hey, Sir Tuckman. Hey, appreciate you coming through. Even if y'all not talking, I still appreciate you. I want a VR hug. All right, y'all want a VR hug. Y'all know how it is. Y'all just saw a view of me you never expected to see tonight. Yo, love you, chill. Oh my gosh, first stream I made it to. What is poppin'? Hand clap for Stray Dreams. What is poppin'? First stream come out. If it's your first time on an actual stream, you guys should most certainly let me know, because I practically read all the comments that release as much as possible. So I definitely want to make sure I say hello. Even if it's not your first time, I usually say hello. But hey, it's nice to know, my supporters who are able to come out to the stream for the first time. I hope they reveal him in the next saga. They probably will. I would bet everything that they would do that. I would bet my Wii U they would do that. I swear I've asked you to take a video down. No, but they have informed me that certain videos I've had cannot be monetized. I have a pretty decent relationship with Square Enix. I have done nothing to earn their wrath, I'd say. They have not done that. Dope haircut. Hey, Glenn, I appreciate you. Hey, yesterday I said tomorrow you're gonna see all that off, bro. I said I'm gonna get that barber to hook me up. I didn't want to pay $30, but in the end, I think I think it came out, pretty good. I think it came out well. I think he hooked your boy up. He hooked your boy up. $30. But he hooked your boy up. I literally have been trying not to touch my head at all because I don't want to mess it up. And I was like, bro, it's like 9 o'clock and I'm probably not even streaming. So why don't I just say whatever? But I said, no, my viewers need me. My supporters, bro. I told them I would work hard this month. If I didn't upload a day, then I'm streaming that day. And I already messed up once. What? I'm trying my best. Trying my best. So I had to force myself to stream. And here we are. We're over 20 likes already. I appreciate you. Brother from another mother. How you living? How y'all living? I'm doing good out here. Hope y'all are doing good too. Enjoy your videos, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The fact that you are taking the time out of your day, Sir Takun. If I'm saying your name right, I apologize if I'm not. Let me know in the chat if I'm not saying it right in the proper way to say it. The fact that each and every one of you guys here, including you, Sir Takun, you're taking time out of your day to come chill with me, see what I have to say. That means a lot. It may not seem like a lot. All you did was click something on your phone or click something on your computer. It may not seem like much to you, but when I see your names pop up and those profile pictures pop up, you know, it means a lot. I might have to put my glasses on because, bro, my eyes are hardly open. It's like we're in that situation to where it's really cold outside. Well, it's not really cold, but it's like the low 40s, maybe like 41, 42 outside. So the heater is on, but the heater is hot. So I need a fan on, but the fan is so high. I guess I don't need the fan on super high. So let's put it there. That way I don't have to put my glasses on. Miss Pirate in the chat is being wonderful as always. David Hoy, what is poppin'? It's good to see you once again. What is JRPG? Japanese role-playing game. Master of Masters is Donald's heart in the code. That's the most confusing sentence I've read all stream. You're looking wonderful, Ace. How are you? I am feeling wonderful. I've had more wonderful days, but today has been wonderful nonetheless. You're seeming wonderful too, Miss Pirate. Thank you so much. I appreciate your compliment. You got my name right? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I'm literally going to screenshot your pronunciation right here and have it on my second monitor the whole time. Well, it's going to be right next to chat. And I'm putting it in my important folder. That way I do not forget your name. I'm chilling in Tokyo, probably gonna be hopping in now because of homework. Oh, bro, I know how that feels, bro. I'm so glad I'm done with this semester. I don't really care who the Master is. I'm mostly wondering when, as in under which situation, we finally see him in. I'm assuming when we get to Quadratum, as he appears to be in Quadratum. If we're to assume the city he was in is Quadratum, as Quadratum is modeled after the real city of Shinjuku, and where he was, around the time KH3 came out, people took a lay of the land where we saw the Master of Masters in and placed it to be the same city that we see Riku in. So it seems likely that he's in Quadratum. And because the thing he saw in his dream was Quadratum, we're just going to assume we're going to see him next game. What's your favorite JoJo? If we're talking about part Steel Ball Run, part 7. If we're talking about JoJo himself, or herself, it'll be Johnny Joestar, also from Steel Ball Run. I think a close second would be I'm not too sure, probably Jolene from part 6, Stone Ocean. Also, Jordan the Cut looking fresh. Hey, I appreciate you, homie. I appreciate you, homie. I know I probably don't know much about Kingdom Hearts, but the story does twist and turn. But what is the deal? The Masters and Xigbar. Xigbar's real identity is that of Lushu. Lushu being one of the original apprentices of the original Master of Masters being the one who taught the original legendary foretellers, the biggest beings in the original ancient, Keyblade masters. So of course, since he's the one who taught the original masters of the Keyblade, that makes him a very, very important man. And of course, since Xigbar was one of his apprentices, he has been passing his heart among different vessels as years and years and years, to where he's lived for lifetimes throughout different people's bodies, up until he's in the body he's now calling Xigbar. That is who Xigbar is, the Master of Masters being who I originally already said. The Master of Masters also being someone who has also participated in his own Keyblade War, but that Keyblade War seems to be shrouded in mystery, as we don't really know much about it, and it was only mentioned one time. Slowly becoming one of my top cage peers, I watched next to Gamers Joint, Everglow, Full Fantasy Peasant. Hey, I appreciate that, quiet guy, Josh. And I'm just out here trying to have fun and maybe have some other people have fun with me, I guess. Every creator wants to be somebody's favorite in the end. That'd be cool. Mainly just because, I ain't out here about the numbers. Of course, numbers mean something to me, but numbers don't mean something to me as where it's like some completionist status. For me, numbers mean that's how many people, want to spend time, hearing what I have to say. This is how many people we can have a conversation with. It's kind of like when you're talking about something you like, having a group discussion about it is always more fun. So it's like, I try to think about it in perspective to where, say 40 people may not be much to some other people. But when I imagine myself talking with 40 people in the same room, that seems like a lot of people, bro. That seems like a lot of people to me. It's like, and we're all talking about something we all love. School wasn't like that for me, homie. We didn't have the whole class on Kingdom Hearts theories. It just wasn't happening. But the fact that I can have something similar to that now, we're already at 30 likes, only less than 20 minutes in, it really does mean a lot. So, yeah, I may not be as big as the Gamers Joint or Everglow or Full Fantasy Peasant or anything like that, but at the end of the day, I'm out here doing my thing, and I think some people are having fun riding with me. So I appreciate that, quiet guy Josh. Don't worry about looking strange. My youngest daughter his dog is strange anyway. It'd be like that. Sometimes, the dog will be looking better than me. So it'd be like, you know what? Hey, bro, sometimes we have our good days. Sometimes we have our bad days. It'd be like that. First time on this stream. Hey, I dropped my glasses. So I literally had to process it for like another, you probably saw my face like trying to compute it just makes sense. I'm too American for that. I apologize. I'm gonna do my best. What's up, Mirror Limit? Good to see you as always. I think the Master of Masters has found peace awareness to the point of losing empathy with others. Could you blame it? Imagine if you were a person who lived forever. Imagine if time was nothing but a true construct to you, though it may actually be that in reality. Time is something precious to all of us, because regardless, as mortal beings, time will cease to go on for us one day. We won't count our ages anymore. We won't, count our Christmases or, anything like that. We won't count about how many days we got to work one day, because at the end of the day, one day, all of that is going to come to an end, and we have no idea when that day will come. But imagine if that never came. You had to live for lifetimes. Though I know there is a technical way to save your sanity, you could live different lives. And that's what I would kind of probably do if I was in that situation. Say I'm Lushu, or the Master of Masters, and I live for lifetimes. I would likely take on different identities. That way I can have some sort of differentiation between each life. Though I do remember each life I've lived, I don't have to have any tie to those lives once they conclude. Once I decide to cast the old body aside, I can go into the body of a child and live anew for however another 80, 70, 80 years, 90 years, hopefully. Then once I abandon that semblance, I can go and grab another. And at that point, it's hard to not stop thinking. It's hard to, I guess, sorry, I'm talking all over myself. This is why videos are scripted. That's also why it's hard for them to probably understand what others go through. That is probably why it's easier to manipulate people, because this moment he decides to live a different life, or the people that he's wronged are gone, the burden he carried about what he did to those people is gone too. Why would he have to worry about something he did to somebody 100 years ago? They're dead. Who cares? They're dead. Whatever. It was probably a crappy thing to do, but who cares? You're dead and I'm alive. And at the end of the day, it sounds like a horrible thing to say, but at the end of the day too, who's left to judge you? Who is left? At the end of the day, to quote The World Ends With You, all the world needs is me. I was the one chosen to live this long. I'm the one who always remains. I kind of give that to Steins Gate. Any of you guys Kingdom Hearts fans in here? I hope. Yeah, hopefully. You guys should watch Steins Gate. The poster right there. That is a series I brought up in videos before. I know I mentioned this in the last stream too. The way they do world lines is very, very similar to Kingdom Hearts. So if you have trouble understanding anything to do with time in Kingdom Hearts, watch Steins Gate. It really does help. It really does help. Bro, I hate wearing these glasses, dude, because my eyes just don't know how to stay open. I should just stream with my eyes closed the whole time. But the way I feel the Master of Masters may feel may be a similar situation as to how the main character of Steins Gate feels. I won't go too much into spoilers, but for a basic synopsis of what I mean is the main character has an ability called Reading Steiner. That's what he calls it. And with that ability, he's able to register differentiations between timelines. When a change in time occurs, he can see and feel the timeline shift. Not necessarily timeline, I guess I should say world line. Just like how the Dandelion's mission was to live and not participate in the Keyblade War. Ava specifically had the Dandelions for that reason. She made sure that these people were sent to a different world line in which the actual events of the Keyblade War never happened and were never actually set to occur. But as it also says in Union Cross 2, just because the Keyblade War didn't happen doesn't mean a different calamity won't befall this world too. And I think about that a lot, just because when you compare Steins Gate and Kingdom Hearts, especially Okabe to the Master of Masters, in a way, it kind of makes them, I guess, it makes them live outside of causality. Their minds can't process the way causality usually makes a person feel. We're all very aware of what time is because we know our lives are on limited time. And when you realize that you become above certain limitations or have abilities that other people can't replicate, it makes you start feeling like you're above those other people. But the thing is, that's not always the case with everyone. I also feel that even though it may make somebody lack empathy for other people, like, yeah, I mean, what's happening to you don't happen to me. I feel in a way being the one who lives is also a burden. It's also got its fair share of sorrow, because at the end of the day, the people you come to love and meet and do your dailies with, all that kind of stuff, they come and go. What may seem like, a lifetime to them may have only felt like a walk in an afternoon to you. So it's like as soon as they enter your life, they're gone. that time frame of a normal human lifespan might not really affect you. And I feel like that kind of, when you think about that aspect of the Master of Masters, of course, this is all going based off on speculation that he's lived for multiple lifetimes. It also makes me feel the same way about Okabe. He's the only one who remembers the other shifts in time, the other world lines. Those world lines where this happened and that happened, all these crazy things happens, they still exist. But now his mind is not in that timeline anymore. So yeah, he doesn't have to think about that anymore. But how could you not? You saw this happen, and this happen, and this happen. But the fact that you can't vent to anybody about it, you'd be the crazy one. You are the one that what you're thinking about never actually happened is horrifying. Imagine having to keep that bottled up. You've seen your best friend killed. You've been tortured. All these kinds of crazy things. Imagine that kind of thing happened to you and you could tell no one about it. Because at the end of the day, one, there's no way to prove that kind of thing would ever happen. And two, you just be looking crazy and no one could understand you. No one on this planet could understand you. The only people that could aren't in this timeline. They're not in this world line. Nothing you can do going forward or backward in time could ever change somebody understanding you. And I feel that is the loneliness that comes from being the one who lives. That has nothing to do with the comment that inspired that 20-minute video just then, but I don't know. I've made a video on this topic before about Steins Gate and the horrors of time travel. You should definitely watch that video if you haven't already. But I would love to make that an actual video. Maybe I'll pick apart the stream and, make that a video itself or something. I don't know. But I think that's something I feel a lot of you watch Steins Gate. I'll be real. That's all. If you could take one thing from the stream, watch Steins Gate. And anybody who's seen it will tell you the same. Shout out to your Steins Gate poster. What's up, quiet guy Josh? I appreciate you. May your heart be your guiding key, bro. Hey, may your heart be your guiding key too, sir. Sir-kun. The foretellers are all just pieces of the master's heart. I wouldn't be surprised. What's up, Geo Reviews? What's poppin'? Keep up the grind. Talk about the characters decently and never touch any grimy points. They'll consider you more professional to their level. Are you talking about people in general? I try not to talk about grimy things. I try, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to we all just trying to have fun out here, man. We all just trying to have fun out here, man. I'm not out here trying to trick nobody. I'm not out here trying to deceive nobody. I'm just out here trying to have fun, just like everybody else. My chat just refreshed, so everything I was just reading is gone. I'm really behind on chat. And next thing you know, you get invited to the Cage 4 announcement event in 2022. I have some other friends in the community that did get invited out. Was it California for the Cage event before Cage 3 came out? I would, if I was doing great then, we were at like 2K subscribers back then. When Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, we were at 2K. So the fact that we're already at 9K, we had a good year last year. I think we started this year at 5K. Maybe 6. So we've gained a few thousand this year, but next year I want to go hard. I really want us to hit 10,000 subscribers this month, because maybe it's because I know Square Enix is watching us. There could be somebody from Square in the very stream. Because again, being in communication with Square Enix and, having them have sponsored us, big shout out to them for doing so. It makes me more wary of like, okay, take this seriously, bro. You take this seriously. So let them know you take this seriously. But I would love that. So what are we going to talk about today? Because you got me with that click. yo, Leandra, don't call me out like that. I mean, I did do the clickbait, but we talking about the Master of Masters. See, I related to that whole story. It wasn't bad clickbait. It was clickbait that brought you in, and the fact that there's over 50 people here and y'all still enjoying it. Hey, I hope that means you hit the like button already. I appreciate you. We're grinding on Cage 1 because Anson just got 7 levels in 10 days. Oh shoot. And doing a full walkthrough of Sword Art Online. Oh, all the video games and anime in order. Yeah, I need to go through the Sword Art Online games. From what I played, it was really good. It's freezing in my house. It's hot in my house. I really want to stay until the end of this live, but I have some adult things to do. I definitely feel that, Gabrielle. Don't worry. If you got to go, that's fine. The stream will be unlisted. If you still have the link to the stream, just look in your history of YouTube, click it, and you can see everything you missed, because we be talking about the good stuff. Stuff that may not make it into videos. So y'all that come out to streams, y'all get the inside scoop, you know? The theories that don't make it into videos that I may be able to talk 5 minutes about, see you guys' comments, and then talk more about it. That can't happen in a video. So my dad fixed a heater in this house so I'm not frozen. I definitely feel that. I'm glad. Double like that video for name pronunciation dedication. I still got it pulled up right here. Do you think Sora is the Master of Masters? No, I do not think Sora is the Master of Masters whatsoever. Game Challenger Wolf, what's poppin'? Who is more powerful, Master Yin-Sid or Master Xehanort? Well, the fact that I've never seen Master Yin-Sid actually fight, I would probably give it to Master Yin-Sid anyway, because if we're not necessarily talking about a Keyblade fight, I'm sure the Master Yin-Sid has many powers that go beyond a normal human being because he's a wizard, and as Kingdom Hearts has specifically said, wizards are very, very powerful and have abilities that aren't able to be comprehended by normal people. And things like the laws of time travel, they don't have to abide by it and they can ignore those rules. Don't know why, but they just can. I need to start Steel Ball Run right now. My favorite Stone Ocean. Stone Ocean is awesome. That's how I was. I was like, all right, Stone Ocean is my favorite, especially that ending. I was like, all right. I mean, my heart was hollow. I didn't know how to feel after that ending. It left me feeling some type of way. But Steel Ball Run, I promise you, I've not met a single person who's read through all of Steel Ball Run and it wasn't their favorite in the end. Definitely should. Actually, I might have known one person, but you should definitely do it. Steel Ball Run is, I'm sure in your eyes, by the time you finish it, it will be just as good, if not better. Just finished 1.5 plus 2.5. I'm gonna get 2.8 and 3 for Christmas. So hyped. Hey, Inavirin. Let me know if I'm saying your name right. Just don't want to say your name wrong the whole stream. But hey, I'm happy you finished it. The dedication. Christmas is coming along very soon. We got, no, never mind. It's still a few weeks away. But hey, we almost there. After getting through, 11 months, we finally here. Hello there, KingdomAce. I could potentially see the Master and Sora being similar to each other, if not the same person. I most certainly don't think they're the same person, Bromane Clash, but having similar traits as one another, I can definitely see that being a possibility, as a lot of us share, similar traits to each other. I do not think they're the same person. As I've said before, wow, there's over 50 people here. Let me talk about this now too. I do not think Sora is the Master of Masters. I've given numerous reasons as to why I don't think that's possible. I did a whole video on it that actually blew up. But there's a few reasons as to why that's not possible. One, the laws Kingdom Hearts has set for time travel are a little strict. Though if you have a replica, you can send a heart back through time and use that vessel to actually be a host for being able to be there. I mean, they did that in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's how a lot of them were able to exist in that time, because they used replicas. But the replica program was made by Vexen, who, was obviously there in the modern day. So they didn't have that back then when the Master of Masters was around. Another thing, you can only send your heart to a time period where you existed. So because if Sora was the Master of Masters and he was there back in the Age of Fairy Tales, that would mean Sora would need to have already been alive back then for him to be the Master of Masters. He needed to be able to send himself back to a time in which he existed. So meaning throughout a person's lifetime, you can't send anywhere outside of that. And because Sora obviously didn't exist back then, as well, we've seen him as a little kid, only a couple years old in Birth by Sleep, it would have been impossible for him to be there to be able to send his heart back into, his own body, to be able to possess that body. That's the only way he's really able to do. They specifically said in order to time travel, you need a version of yourself waiting at the destination. They specifically said that in Dream Drop Distance. And because there's no version of Sora waiting at the destination, how could he have went back in time? There has been, more accurately, Sora could be the Master of Masters, but based off of everything we know about the series right now, it is impossible. They could easily change that in the next game. I'm not saying that it's totally impossible for it to end up being the case, because I have no idea what's going on in Nomura's brain. I like to say I'm a little bit further into Nomura's head than other people on this platform you may see. But at the end of the day, Nomura be on it sometimes when he be writing these games, bro. I'm telling you, he be on it. Why did my phone thought I was talking to it. But because there's no version of Sora waiting at the destination, it's impossible for him to be the Master of Masters. Until someone can prove Sora was there in the Age of Fairy Tales, it's impossible for him to have been that way. And even then, adult Sora would need to have been there. I mean, I guess you could say maybe kid Sora was there back then, and he possessed his young self for himself to go through a Keyblade War as a young one and end up growing into the man that we've seen, because we know the Master of Masters was obviously young at some point. He said so, and he said when he was young there was a Keyblade War going on. He told Lushu that in one of the newest cutscenes of Union Cross. And unless he's talking about his life as Kid Sora on Destiny Islands, that don't make much sense, because there's no Keyblade War going on Destiny Islands as far as I'm aware. And I'm sure Yin Sid, Ericus, and all them would have known about a Keyblade War going on before the one that happened in Kingdom Hearts 3 and before the one that happened, back then in the Age of Fairy Tales. But again, that just proves that as of right now, all the information we have in Kingdom Hearts, it is impossible for Sora to be the Master of Masters. Impossible. I might make a video on that, because I have to explain this a lot, because a lot of people say this or wonder if this is the case. And I made a video about why I don't think it's right, but I've come up with more reasonings behind it since then. So I might just redo the video, even though that video was only like 2 or 3 months ago, but it's still a good conversation topic. Let me tell you my backstory flashback. Donald, heal me. And that's how I became what you see today. Aqua, Riku, Kairi, and Goofy. Look at him. Yeah, Donald, kill him. You think Union Cross will leave another hint about the Master of Masters? 100%. 100%. We have zero reason to believe it won't, as most of what we learned about the Master of Masters has come from Union Cross anyway. Or at least 50% of it. What if the Master of Masters is teaching light to the people of Quadratum? That's why some people seem to have magic in the universe of Sora and Tech. I don't think having magic is the same as having light. The thing is, light isn't something that is created. Light is something that is summoned. And in a universe, we're talking about an enclosed universe that can't be accessed from the outside unless you have something that belongs in it from the outside. Like, I can't just fly to another universe. Even in real life, we don't even think that's possible. I can't fly to another universe in Kingdom Hearts, as they're completely and totally separate in an enclosed space. The only way I can get to this universe, if both our universes exist like this, the only way I can leave this one and go inside this one is if something that belongs to this one is in here already. And I use that as a teleporter, a portal, you could say, to teleport within it. So if something that doesn't belong in it, like light, is trying to be summoned in it, do you necessarily think it's possible to summon light within a universe it doesn't exist? Because as for all intents and purposes, isn't it possible to summon something in our own world that's not really here? I can't, within Kingdom Hearts, imagine I can summon my Keyblade. My Keyblade is a Keyblade of the realm of light, so it makes sense I can summon this. Even within the realm of darkness, I can summon my Keyblade because light still exists within this universe. Well, because no light or darkness exists within Quadratum or the universe of Unreality, does it make sense that I can harness that power of light here? Where is the light coming from? Can the light transfer universes? That's the biggest question, and because we don't know that for certain is why nothing is definitive. I would believe the universe of Unreality has its own source of energy. Just because it doesn't have light or darkness doesn't mean it doesn't have its own equivalents. There could be a war raging between two other forces. Who knows? Who knows whatsoever? It can be because it could be centered around magic and technology. As we've seen the use of both magic and technology. They seem more to be intertwined, as this is just an example, but it seems they're more technological than we are over here. So, or at least in the Kingdom Hearts side. Well, honestly, in real life too, but So Shibuya is Quadratum. What about Shinjuku? So Yozora doesn't seem to be from Quadratum. No, the thing is, Kuma-sama 7, Shibuya is not Quadratum. That is something that is very commonly mistaken. If you analyze the areas in which Sora and Riku are standing in the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, one is Shibuya. Obviously, you can see Sora in the Shibuya Scramble. You don't even need to go on Google to see that. But Riku is actually in Shinjuku. If you actually go and look at the streets and everything, and within Shinjuku, you can actually pinpoint precisely where Riku is standing. And people did that around the time KH3 came out. So we know for a fact the city that he is in is based on the real life city of Shinjuku. Which, because of Melody of Memory, we know that the town that the city he was specifically dreaming about is known as Quadratum. We can assume that instead of being called Shinjuku, it's called Quadratum. And I want to also tie in The World Ends With You as well. I've made a video about this topic already, but they also talked about how in the end of The World Ends With You Final Remix, the new story content from the Switch version, that an incredible event happened within Shinjuku towards the end of that new story. I can't precisely pinpoint if it had gotten destroyed or a major event happened there. Some people like to theorize that the major event that happened was that catastrophic event that took place in the Virum Rex trailer. And because it seemed like the city was going under in that seemed like a major attack. I'm pretty sure people were evacuating. I'm sure the people wasn't still going to Walmart. They was on their way out of here. So if that kind of thing was going on, who wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened? So, hey, 50 likes. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. 70 people in here was popping. I really appreciate you. If you guys are enjoying the stream and you haven't already subscribed, it'll make you a warrior of courage and you get to tune out to more Kingdom Hearts live streams. I should probably start streaming earlier, as I know you guys are probably here earlier or online earlier. I don't know what's a good time for you guys. I'm Eastern time, so we'd have to see. But yeah, because of that simple knowledge though, Kuma-sama 7, we know that Shibuya and Shinjuku are two different places within this. So we don't necessarily know if Yozora is from Quadratum. We don't know that at all, because from what it seemed like, Yozora is in Quadratum. Wherever he's from might not be even matter. Where he's currently at seems to be of the utmost importance for us to know at the current moment. Okay, he said he ended up there and went through some trials. So, could Shinjuku be the real world where Yozora and the Quadratum is fictional counterpart? I doubt that. I doubt it. As we know, Sora is in the universe of Unreality. They've already said so because they said he's there. And the fact that Quadratum was also within the same universe of Unreality, regardless, we wouldn't be able to reach him regardless. But if you're implying that it's just maybe he's Shinjuku and Shibuya are completely different worlds from each other within that universe, kind of like how Mulan's world and Tron's world are both different worlds in Kingdom Hearts, but all still within the same universe, I could believe that. You know, it's not too often within Kingdom Hearts they have multiple cities in one game. You know, I'm like, based off how look Kingdom Hearts 3, Big Hero 6's San Francisco is a whole world. You know, you can't leave the city. If you leave the city, you falling off the planet. So it's like, bro, I've smiled so much my face hurts. You ever have that happen to you? But that's how that goes. That's how that goes. I don't have my headset on, and I feel like if somebody subscribed, I completely missed it. But any of you that have subscribed, I apologize and thank you so much. And let me know in the chat. That way I can thank you personally. I should actually look at the chat instead of just talking to myself and in basically a mirror. Favorite JoJo is Joseph. Joseph for Joestar. I love Joseph. He's awesome. I honestly think the eyes of Sora in the thumbnail being a graphical glitch, but I could potentially see it as Sora tapping into a particular power, notably the gazing eyes. I 100% disagree. I 100% think it's just a glitch. 100% it's just a glitch. I just used it because I thought people would click it. I didn't know what else to put as a thumbnail. Hey, Blake does some TV. Thank you so much for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It is now an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Who is Sora and the Master of Master? Or are you talking about my title? I guess we need to make sure this live stream is not clickbait, despite having talked about them so much. We need to make sure that we are not clickbaiting anybody. 77 people here, so let's make sure. Let's say this straight. The Master of Masters and Sora are actually their own completely two separate characters. As I said before, it is completely impossible, as of this very moment that I'm speaking, it is impossible for them to be the same character. Unless they give Sora some ability to be able to bypass the laws of time travel, then that's the only way. And the backstory he's given us does not add up to Sora's backstory at all, especially because we have a backstory for him. But I guess you could always say, there was that one year Sora just wasn't really around. I didn't see him on the playground really that much. That's what Riku can say. I mean, I guess you could say that, but you know, at the end of the day, when you time travel and then go back to your original time, you have no memory of the time travel. As young Xehanort says that in Dream Drop Distance, he says he will have no memory of the events that went on here today. A lot of us, before that game really came out, we had originally thought that it would be possible that he knew about all the things that he wanted to do and was going to do and did, because we knew he talked to himself. The older version of him talked to him while he was on Destiny Island and kind of set himself on the right path. We knew that was technically possible, and we thought he just knew everything that was going to come to pass and just followed along the sheet of paper. He followed the script, but that's not exactly the case. He knew what area he should go to, but there was a lot of individuality and personality put into his choices. He knew what he should aim for, but I feel at the end of the day, he didn't fully trust the person that was him. At the end of the day, it was enough to get him off this boring, too small of a planet. In the end, he did end up following through with what he wanted, which was always going to be the case, because if a version of him came and told him what he needs to do, then that's probably because in the end he followed through. So that's something you gotta remember. What's in the box? Oh, did my chat? Oh, I skipped. I'm sorry. I actually think Xigbar is no longer following his role and is actively working against the Master of Master. Pretty sure he was only supposed to pass on the gazing eye and not jump heart alongside it. I disagree. We already know that his mission was not just to protect the box. It wasn't just to pass on the gazing eye. The thing is, if you look at this, if he was supposed to pass down his Keyblade, how can he ensure that his apprentice would pass down the Keyblade too? That would completely ruined the Master's plans. The Master needed to ensure that our present day Kingdom Hearts, his Keyblade still existed and was centered around the events that he needed to come to pass, like the Keyblade War, our future Keyblade War. And he needed to know everything that was basically going to happen, just like he needed Lucio to get the Keyblade in the end and protect the box. Because at the end of the day, how could Lucio protect the box if Lucio was going to die one day? He didn't set an expiration date on the roll. We didn't hear that at all. We saw Lucio leave to start doing his role. We saw that. And if Lucio needed to know when he was supposed to stop, he would have just gave him a book of prophecies. But he specifically forbade him from using the book of prophecies, as it would cause a temporal paradox, as he specifically says that he can have him actually doing. And of course, how could he, again, like I said, how could he ensure that his pupils would end up passing the Keyblade along at all? Now, we know there is a certain quote, it's not really talked about too much anymore, but there is a certain quote that is tied to the no-name Keyblade. A will to be passed down. That is a quote that is tied to that Keyblade. Now, what I normally believe, it hasn't been specifically explained, I believe it's a oath that the Keyblade is tied to. It is meaning that whoever owns this Keyblade also owns the same will as its original wielder, that being the Master of Masters, as he's the original owner of the Keyblade. It is the oldest Keyblade we know of. We know it's not the oldest Keyblade, as the Master of Masters said when he was younger, there was, a Keyblade war going on, and he did end up being in it, but we don't necessarily know. Maybe he inherited this Keyblade, and it's even older than we thought. But as far as we know, it's just the oldest Keyblade, as far as we know. Nothing really against that. I don't know what the name of the other one is. This one's got no name, but at the end of the day, the Master of Masters couldn't have expected him to pass on the Keyblade to ensure it sees the future without having him pass bodies along. There's no way. No way. Because what if his people said, you know what, I'm just gonna retire. I'll just throw this whole thing in the attic, and just chill with the kids, see my grandkids every day. And then game over. Literally, that'd be it. The master would have seen that ahead of time, though it wasn't specifically shown in the cutscene. I promise you, he definitely intended him to pass his body along. That's the only way he can live long enough to do his role. And I don't think with the Master of Masters gone, he would have been scared to say he broke his role. The fact that he was willing to do this in the first place and still have the box and aim to get the Keyblade back this whole time, bring his peers back, the foretellers, that would have been why at that point would you deny the Master of Masters? If anything, Lucio is probably the most loyal subject he has, since we know Ava has specifically defied him already. Not too sure if I can say the same about the other foretellers. We honestly haven't seen enough about them, and the story doesn't focus too much on what they do besides their roles that kind of ended up initiating the Keyblade War. But dude, I feel like I've been talking nonstop for an hour. You ever talk nonstop for an hour? Bro, you know when a drink hits different? That was me just then. That hit different. Wow, you actually sound like the Master of Masters when you were saying about time ceasing eventually. See, I have this thing. If anyone were ever trying to make a project, a voiced project, what's up, Kristen? I saw your comment. I would love to voice two characters. I would love to voice Brain, and I would love to voice the Master of Masters. Though I wouldn't specifically aim to go for a Ray Chase impression for the Master of Masters, I would want something along the lines of my own voice, but a little bit cooler, Time ceased to function. I probably wouldn't do that voice. That probably would be what I do for something a little more sinister, and I don't really picture him as more sinister. Maybe his voice can switch to something like that when you can tell he specifically is talking about something, but I feel like my voice is easy to manipulate in that aspect. But hi again, Kristen. My biggest question since the latest news would be, what's in the box? A weapon? A heart? I would say a heart. A heart makes the most sense. If the Master of Masters needed a version of himself lying in the future, then that would also lead me to believe, well, it can't be a heart because I don't think he exists in this time. I don't think there's another version of himself waiting at the destination. You could say the Lucio needed to stay. Hold up. Y'all might not get what I was about to say, but hold up. Where's the video Google Docs, bro? I mean, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to leave y'all hanging like that, but I just came up with a theory that might be a banger video. Hold up. I see you subscribing, Caleb Nelson. Thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Whoa. I just had a banger video idea. The Master of Masters. Okay. So I'm going to tell you as I'm typing it. So basically, what if Inside the box was the Master of Masters heart. I made a video on that already, but at the end of the day, you could also say something different about that. Okay, yeah, inside is the box is the Master of Masters heart. What does that mean? If the Master of Masters is like everybody else and has to follow the laws of time travel, then it doesn't really matter because a version of himself is not waiting at the destination. But what if he pulled a Xehanort? What if, this is what if Luxu was part Master of Masters? What if Luxu's goal was to not specifically pick different vessels to where he could live long enough, but he needed to ensure when the Master's return was nigh, he was in a worthy vessel that could house him. So he would return his heart to this land from within the box, but it would host Xigbar's body, that body being Luxu. So that in turn would make not only the Master's return possible, but also would give Luxu a true reason of being, besides just a flunky. So what if the Master's true goal was for not only Luxu to bring the box that housed his heart throughout time, and for him to know when to arrive because of the Book of Prophecies and his Keyblade witnessing the future so he can plan this specific event out? What if he was trying to get himself into the future anyway? That also sounds really cool, but probably isn't real because we've already seen the Master of Masters in Remind. That just destroyed the whole theory. I didn't think about that until after I started making a big deal out of it. So I have to scrap the whole video. What if he used Luxu to become a vessel for himself later on? Luxu being part Master of Masters and their heart were merged as one. Similar to a Vanitas or Sora Roxas scenario. So Luxu could become the Master of Masters one day in the future due to the box housing the Master of Masters heart. Alright, Google Docs, don't fail me now. Dude, I'm so behind on chat, it's not even funny. Xigbar 2,000 years old, so the Master would have a god complex? Possibly. Not too sure. Love your perspective. Hey, Kale, I appreciate you. I love your comment. The box. You're right. Each life has suffering. After thousands of years of suffering, most people would want out. What's up, man? Can drop a like. Hey, Xbound, I appreciate you. I did watch it. Love it. In fact, bro, you look like Tony Stark with them glasses, bro. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan. I don't like that game, JK. Back days. Honestly, what do you think on the next game coming to come with everyone doing their own thing to find Sora? I probably wouldn't like that. I feel like it would lack focus. We'd probably have a situation where we have a bunch of different stories, everybody doing their own thing, but if they don't find a decent way to tie them all together, it doesn't make sense, because what's the point of meeting up with each other? No one has any reason to be on the same world in that game. It worked for Dream Drop Distance, but in a way it only worked because they were in the same world and we knew they were supposed, they ended up being separate from the very beginning, and it still aligned the two stories correctly. Riku being Sora's Dream Eater in the end. But if we had a bunch of stories, them doing it, like I'm talking 3 or more, it probably would lack focus. Burby, dude, you good, Game Challenger Wolf? You know you're probably back by the time I'm reading this. Can I start Steins Gate 0? No, you need to start regular Steins Gate. Steins Gate 0 is a sequel to Steins Gate. Despite having 0 in it, it is a definite sequel. It's better to watch the first one. Yes, Soul's right. So glad you're following what I'm putting down. Of course, Kale. Everyone, do you think Sora will be saved before KH, or will we have a number game with no Sora? We will not have a number game without Sora. I'm 100% certain of that. We will not have such a major thing that has to happen this arc happen before a conclusion. Usually a numbered title is done as a conclusion, as KH2 was a sort of conclusion to what was started in Chain of Memories and KH1, so thus ending Ansem's tale, and thus ending, of course, it ended Ansem's tale in Rechain of Memories. He basically having rejected him and chose to walk the road to dawn. I know there's technically days, but still, in the end, that's what it still served as. Ansem himself was still technically gone. KH2 being the end of the organization that was started in Chain of Memories, and of course KH3 ending the reign of Xehanort that he was attempting to do that whole time. Yo, what's up? I'm here, fam. What's up, new hero? It's good to see you as always. I think Sora is going to be saved. Everybody thinks so. What's up, Shelby? Good to see you. Watch both these and good. I read the visual novels and they're phenomenal. Visual novels for Steins Gate are better though. I'm telling you, I got cultured people in my chat. What's up, Quiet Josh? You know what's popping. Bro, my chat just refreshed, bro. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. Hold up. I'm scrolling. Riku versus Yuzora, KH4. I'd love to see that fight. Because having a main title, a whole number game without decimals, without Sora feels weird because he's the main character, you know? Yeah. Nomura's expressed that Sora is like his son. He wouldn't have a numbered title without him. Even if it's getting him at the end. I'm from Brazil. What's up? What's up, Ricardo? Good to see you. Shout out from Brazil. We got warriors of courage all over the world. Black Box to me is the arc itself. I'm not too sure what you mean though, because the arc is a physical machine that already exists. So I don't think the black box could act as the same unless, you know, you could fit a body in there. It's a pretty awesome jump. What's up, Grizzles? Good to see you. Ace is the ancient Keyblade wielder. I feel ancient. What do you think though? Ace the black box to me, like the arc itself. Yeah, accent. Ace is the master of masters, bro. I'll be here regardless, bro. Hey, Blizzazar, I appreciate you as always. Good to see you coming through. What do you think King Mickey is looking for in Skull-Eyed Kylum? Mickey is looking for in Skull-Eyed Kylum traces of evidence that can show ties between the Lost Masters, that being the Foretellers, Skull-Eyed Kylum, to the universe of Unreality, as it's believed that the Lost Masters were aware of the universe of Unreality, and we need to make sure that is the case, as there may be greater clues to get there, you know, for normal people to get there in Skull-Eyed Kylum. I truly believe it's not going to be a Mickey game. I don't think there's going to be a Mickey story in a Riku game either. I think it's going to be a movie. I wouldn't be surprised. Next game is going to end up having its main story, but also an hour-long, you know, maybe hour and a half long movie. Kind of like the way Recoded and Days were. That would make the most sense. Because it's focusing on Mickey, they never give Mickey a central focus without the original Cage characters, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's much shorter. It'll probably be around the length as the Key back cover movie, which didn't really host any Disney characters really, so it would probably be something like that. It's 5 a.m. and still awake, bro. It feels like 5 a.m. for me, even though it's only 10:56. Have you played any Fate games or watched the Fate series anime? I have not, actually. I was kind of scared on how to actually get into that series. I started watching Fate Zero, but I kept feeling like I'm watching it wrong. So hey, I haven't seen you in a while, bro. How have you been? I've been doing pretty good, Riku K Blade Master. Good to see you. How are you? Chirithy is Master. Master's kidding. It's funny. Me and John, Prodigy XCD, we made a video about Riku being Chirithy. That was one of the worst videos we've ever made together. We try to pretend it doesn't exist, and unfortunately, it's on my channel. I should just unlist it. But in the end, that'll probably be what I'm known for. I need you to make a theory on this. Why does the Birth by Sleep trio don't age when everyone else does? Larxene and Marluxia aged. How? Aqua was in the realm of darkness, and time flows differently there. Time flows much slower within the realm of darkness, so Aqua likely aged, but not in a noticeable amount. People say that when a body exists but the heart isn't within the body, it affects the body unnaturally. So that could also be a way for Ventus's body not really aging while his heart wasn't within it. Terra makes sense because Terra's body wasn't specifically the same as the others, as Terra's body kind of disappeared when he ended up creating his nobody and his heartless. But when they were destroyed and his body was recompleted, his body came back. Thus, of course, making his body look the same age as roughly when it was destroyed in Birth by Sleep. So that is why Terra, Ventus, and Aqua all look the same age, even though 10 years have passed. I love Star Ocean till the end of time, but never got to finish it. I would love to play Star Ocean. I don't know where to start with that series though. Sure, I could just Google it, but somebody in chat could tell me. Let me know. There's a picture of a man with a beard on a building in Shibuya in the Zora battle. I can't shake that that's important. If it wasn't focused on, it probably isn't as important as you think it is. If it's just seemed like it's an ad or something, a lot of the assets used for the Virum Rex share trailer and the assets used in the Yuzora versus Sora fight, a lot of people have been sequence breaking and breaking their way to explore the world. A lot of it does have collisions. They seem to be leftover assets from Versus 13, as in some of the stuff there is actually in 15 also. So you can say that maybe there's something to do with it, but it seems like reused assets. And even if it does mean something, we probably would have no clue of what it could be. Sweet Melody Memory a few days ago. Trust me, the final boss was a royal pain in the butt, especially when you try to dodge stupid lasers. Oh yes, I failed at it numerous times on stream. Oh, it's Christmas. Merry Cage Christmas to y'all. Hey, Miss Wayne, happy Cage Christmas to you too. Aqua and Ven both existed in a sort of stasis while Terra went back to being 19, presumably because his heart never aged, and his heart decided his age when he got back to his body. Basically, yeah. I think I explained it semi-well. Aqua, time flows differently in the realm of darkness. It flows a lot slower. So obviously she would age a lot slower while being within that realm. Ventus's body acted unnaturally because his heart was not in there, because what truly ages, the heart ages alongside the body. But if one or the other is not there, then they can't really age. Just like how if somebody doesn't have a body, but their heart is still there, they don't really age anymore. And it's kind of the same for vice versa. And whilst Ventus's heart lied within Sora, his body kind of just sat there in stasis and didn't do nothing. Terra, his body got destroyed when he created his Nobody and Heartless in a way to try to avoid Aqua in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Doing that made his body disappear and created Xemnas and Ansem. But because Xemnas and Ansem were destroyed, meaning, as we've seen, then person gets recompleted, which we saw happen to Isa at the end of Cage 3, because he was there in the credits, having fun, eating ice cream with everybody. He's recompleted. He's a human again. Just like Lee, he's recompleted. He's a human again. Just like that, he got recompleted again as a human. And when they got him his body back in the end, that's why he looked the same age. Yeah, Larxene and Marluxia age because their bodies age after they were dropped into whatever point in the future. Who knows how old they look when they get their hearts back? And honestly, I feel like they probably didn't age as much as they thought. I mean, 10 years have still passed. I mean, look at it. Look at Lee in Birth by Sleep, and then look at him in Days. Time has passed. So obviously, I'm sure they have same amount of age has passed too. It's just hard to tell how much when they're in chibi form and Union Cross, and then full grown, beautiful people in the main series. Watch them finally reveal the Master a completely new character we have never seen before. That's exactly what I want Riku Keyblade Master. I feel making the Master somebody that we already know would completely destroy that character, especially Sora. What was the point of building up Sora to be this specific character just to go and make him somebody else who was around way longer? At the end of the day, that would kind of destroy the growth Sora has had his entire life. Another game I really, really loved did something similar, but they successfully did it. But in the end, they ended up being a character we didn't know. So if you can make Sora someone else, but make it to where we don't know who that person is, that would be one thing. Like if we made the Masters be somebody who looked like Sora, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. But say we can obviously tell that's not Sora, but at the same time, that kind of looks like Sora. People would probably think, oh, is that old Sora? Is that Sora's dad? That would probably be more impactful than just specifically having babyface Sora on there. Unless your old goddess is much stronger than a wizard. I hope the Master is a new character. Me as well. What's up, Jordan? Just want to say what's up for D&D and with that, and have a good stream. Always appreciate your vids, fam. Hey, Mike, I appreciate you, man. All your support. Also, if you guys want to, we do have a Discord server. I'm going to do ! Discord that you guys can join it in the chat if you'd like to. Hopefully I spelled that right. What happened to Sora's mom? She's still waiting on him to eat his dinner. Also, according to the laws of time travel, they mentioned in Dream Dark Distance, you cannot rewrite the rules that are destined to happen, which is weird because Sora did exactly that in Kingdom Hearts 3. You're very right, but at the end of the day, that's before they decided they wanted to make the power of waking prevalent. The power of waking can basically grant you any ability you really want to, but that comes at a cost. There are certain powers that should never be used and have consequences for doing it. Breaking the laws that are specifically set by this universe will result in you taking the fall, which in this case, Sora, disappearing ended up being that consequence. So yeah, he was able to save everybody from dying. Yes, he was able to save Kairi, but yes, he most certainly had to disappear because of it. Sora being the Master is a cool fic idea, I guess. Yeah, if it's written well, I wouldn't care what it is. Watch the Masters end up being one of the parents of either Sora or Riku. If you think about it, that could be a good way to introduce them. If it's important, yeah. Finding out that one of their dads was secretly a Keyblade master, that would be a major plot twist in my opinion. It'd be alright. They could definitely do worse. As long as fanfic creators don't make it weird, I think this trope can get a little weird easily sometimes. That would be scary. The Master's revealed to be Sora or Riku's father. Definitely would be. Lucio, am I a joke to you? You know what's poppin'. What's up, CNV? Where's Ava and Brain? Ava had her own mission. She carried it out. Brain, I have a video on the creation of Scala at Kylum. I highly recommend you guys watch that video if you guys have not already. It essentially is me talking about how the Blue Bloods, the original creators of Scala ad Kylum, ended up making decisions that we've seen within the main series. And I highly suggest you watch that video. One, because I really liked that video and I felt like I worked decently hard at it. I'm going to put a link to that video. You guys can watch it and come back and let me know, or you can set it to your watch later and leave a comment on how you thought of it. Vanitas can summon a Keyblade and he's pure darkness, so I see a flaw in your theory. Whose theory? My theory? I didn't really talk about Vanitas though. I don't really like the theory I don't think Cage is a series that puts much importance on familial legacy, and I don't really want it because of the central found family thing. My thing is, family is important within Kingdom Hearts, but family is what you make of it. And at the end of the day, practically everybody who's involved in Kingdom Hearts' story, or at least on the good guys' side, is part of some big family. But instead of the central word being family, I would say friends are very important. New follow on Twitch, CJ Bulk. Thank you so much for following. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Thank you so much. But yeah, friends are more important than family in Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, since we still don't know what Sora's mom is doing. But it could be a really unique detail to explore. They have already explored details, so I can see where a family themed detail could come into play. It could. We just have to see. Shibuya is the home world of the World Ends With You cast Neku, Shiki, Beat, Rhyme, and Joshua. It's part of the realm of light. Their world isn't in reality. Also, it wasn't a sleeping world. That is false. Because Shibuya, within the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, which is confirmed Sora's English screens. Thanks for following on Twitch. I appreciate you. You're now a warrior of courage. An honor to have you amongst our ranks. It is confirmed Shibuya is part of the world of Unreality because Nomura has already stated this. Where Sora is at in the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 is Shibuya. We can tell by the 104 building or the 10-4 building in the background that Sora looks up. He wakes up in the Shibuya Scramble. Same place Neku wakes up in the first day of the Reaper's game. But the thing is, we know Sora was in the realm of Unreality, as Xehanort has already said this. Xehanort specifically says this, even in Melody of Memory. And the fact that it already makes sense for that to be the case, for him to be there. That's the whole reason they're going to Quadratum anyway. Quadratum is not the same place as Shibuya, but that also makes it an incentive to go to that universe because they can't get to Sora any other way. And we're not even sure if Sora's in a position where he can get himself back out. So, though it would make sense that, without spoiling too much of the World Ends With You's plot, I wouldn't be surprised if Joshua is another character just like the Master of Masters who could likely travel between the two different universes, as he's not short on powers in his game either. So that would make the most sense to me. Besides, it's already confirmed too that the Neku, Shiki, Beat, and Rhyme, and Joshua that we meet in Dream Drop Distance are not the real Neku, Shiki, Beat, Rhyme, and Joshua as they are in the World Ends With You. That is 100% confirmed. I have a whole video on that topic as well if you guys would like to talk about that. It's kind of a lengthy explanation, so I'll probably just refer you to watching that video because I did good on that video. I like that video. I mean, it's 7-minute talk, but you know, we be going on as it is for these long freaking conversations. What just happened to my chat? Go back. Okay. I'll send a link to that. If you guys want to watch that, then come right back and then you guys can let me know. It's only 7 minutes. And what would be the role of Yozora, because some bosses have history, like Lingering Will in 2FM, which is Terra. What is Yozora doing there? I have no idea, as we know nothing about Yozora. What would be the role? I literally just read that. I saw a theory after the 3rd episode of Dark Road that Brain is Ericus's grandfather or great-grandfather. It makes 100% sense, as we know that it is very likely that Brain ended up being one of the people who helped create Scala ad Caelum. Well, not Scala ad Caelum specifically, but well, in the end, yeah. That was basically what my video was about. Nothing's really deconfirmed that possibility, as Scala ad Caelum didn't specifically exist yet. New subscriber, Amy Brewster, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Thank you so much. But as we know, Scala ad Caelum was built on top of Daybreak Town. So after likely having to escape their realm, they likely came back to build that. Ricardo Jesus Narvez, thank you so much for subscribing. You're now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. If I mispronounce any of your names, definitely let me know. But yeah, in that video, I kind of talk about how in the secret reports of Kingdom Hearts 3, it explains that Xehanort was talking about how Ericus is a blue blood. He's a descendant directly from someone who, the original people who lived in Scala at Kylum. So, his family has likely always lived in Scala. So, because of that simple fact, we know he is directly related to people who created Scala. So, that being the case, because we know Scala didn't exist back in the Foreteller's time, we know and it was built on top of Daybreak Town, which was still thriving around the Age of Fairy Tales. That makes the most sense. There's evidence pointing to Brain being that. Well, if I had to choose between Ephemer and Brain to be his ancestor, it would probably more accurately be Brain. But you missed a bit. Hop off, Eddie, bro. My money is on Yozora being Riku's counterpart from Quadratum. They look similar, so Unreality may have counterparts similar to Idola's and Earthland Fairy Tale. Maybe. We'll have to see if they're willing to do something like that. They didn't necessarily say that they're parallel worlds. If they were parallel worlds, I would 100% agree. But it hasn't really been specified if they are parallel worlds or not. If it is, it'd be cool. I want to know by what means Keyblade Wielder just crossed over to Unreality. We know for sure the power of waking can do it, but I'm curious as to what's the criteria. Well, only person who is considered a master can use the power of waking, or I guess you could say a seasoned Keyblade wielder, as Sora isn't technically a master, or at least he don't got the papers, but he's still able to harness that power. I mean, he can also slice and throw skyscrapers at people. So honestly, Yozora is Riku. That would be so freaky. Yozora just pops out and says, "Come on, Sora, I thought you were stronger than that." I'd be like, what the freak, dude? Quadratum is just the real world Final Fantasy that thinks Kingdom Hearts and Disney is fake. No, it's the real world. What's up, John? Have you heard of the multiverse theory, Sora? I don't like where this is going. I need an adult. I am an adult. Yeah, same person. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. It's in a language I'm not familiar with. I apologize. The fact that you can get trapped there by breaking in nature's taboo is fascinating. It's very interesting. Not sure how that works or who governs that, but what do you think the Master's actual plan is? I've kind of talked about it in the video. Honestly, I'm not too sure what the freakish plan could be. I'm honestly not sure at all. We don't have enough evidence to really point it to anything. But I would say something along the lines of creating a Kingdom Hearts within this universe. I would probably say something along that. Do you think Enix is from Quadratum or from the Unicross era? I think he's from the Unicross era, or he has ties to that era, but I don't think he has anything to do with Quadratum. I spilled something on my shirt. What's up, Faceastic? We've been live for like an hour and a half. Always connects to Lucio. He has all the answers. Watch it be Sora and you'll have to facepalm through your skull. I probably will. Maybe we'll stream through the whole new game. With no memory of time travel rule, couldn't you theoretically circumvent this by writing down what happened and then reading it once you're back to your original time? Wait. That would depend on where you write it. I doubt it. No, it's impossible because the way time travel works in Kingdom Hearts, a person can't physically time travel, or at least normal people can't physically time travel in Kingdom Hearts. What happens is when you time travel, you leave your body behind to do it. That's the rule that was set up in Birth by Sleep story. You leave your body behind to do it, and your heart is what travels back through time into another point in time where you currently exist. That being for young Xehanort, his heart would leave his body in Dream Drop distance, and it would go into his body back there waiting for him in Scala, where he was originally a student there. That is what would normally end up happening. But he can't write down what happened and then read it, because as a heart, how is he going to write down anything? He can't write it down on his hand and then go back in time and then read his hand then, because he doesn't technically have the same hand anymore. And even if it was the same hand, because he's not physically traveling through time, it would have just rewound and he wouldn't have written it anymore. Luciu's role was to watch over the gazing eye from afar until a Dark Master came along starting to fully war. So yeah, he was following his role for sure. Like I said before, there's no way the Master would have wanted him to perform his role without having him transfer bodies. A normal human does not live long enough to do so. Quadratum is the reboot of Sweet Life. No. I wouldn't be surprised if Luciu already made a temporal paradox. I'm not sure how he could. Luciu isn't aware of anything that's supposed to happen in the future, as he doesn't have a book of prophecies. Masters made sure, because at the end of the day too, the Master needs to make sure that temporal paradox doesn't happen, because if it does, then that ruins his plans. And in the end, at the end of the day, some people would try to say a temporal paradox happened when Sora traveled through time in Kingdom Hearts 3, but at the end of the day, or when he changed time, at the end of the day, it didn't matter. As long as there is no timeline that exists where Xehanort would have won. Because at the end of the day, Xehanort losing is what gets Xigbar the Keyblade back. That's what he was trying to get anyway. That's why he knew where to go and waited for the right moment to snag that Keyblade back. Would everybody stop having headaches if time travel worked like in-game? Probably not. Some people just don't like time travel. Go to Atonement. Young Xehanort was already ready to do one. There was theories of Master of Masters as Demyx. I know. I do not think the Master of Masters is Demyx. There is nothing tying the two characters together to being one another. People just like to say the body language of them seems similar, and they have similar personality traits. No, they don't. As somebody who studied, psychology and, things like that, it's like, no, they don't. They don't. Them being expressive people. I'm an expressive person. Does that make me seem like I act like the Master of Masters? No, I don't act like the Master of Masters. I don't even know this man. It's just because two characters are expressive in how they talk or how they present their sentences doesn't necessarily mean that they're the same. People just got on the hype of everything that had to do with Luciu being Xigbar that they didn't know what to do with. Well, maybe this person's this person, they just did all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, no, it's not the case. No, it's not the case. Not the case. Music change. I think that the box contains darkness, and Luciu in his heart file seems to be trying to warn Sora, rooting for Luciu to be good, but given the 7 darknesses being laid out on the chessboard, Kairi equals Ava herself, not Kairi's grandma. What evidence points to that? For this new game, it is likely the Master of Masters Luciu and the 5 foretellers will be the villains of Phase 3. If the Master knew that even Elder Xehanort would be out to peace, and all connect all, and all the connection of hearts reside in Sora, I say, why not Sora be without a body connecting hearts? I'm not sure I understand that sentence. Okay, I think HMK covered this whole gazing eye thing. No disrespect, but that's a really old subject. It don't really matter, because just because one YouTuber talks about something doesn't mean it can't be talked about. Nothing any one of us YouTubers say is definitive. I don't care if HMK said it. I don't care if KingdomAce said it. At the end of the day, nothing is definitive. Nothing we say is definitive. Until that game comes out and says specifically what we're trying to say, then it don't mean anything. Nothing I'm saying, all these good words I'm telling you with these theories, none of this means anything until Nomura actually goes and says, yes, that man KingdomAce, he's onto something, he's right. Until Nomura comes in my chat right now and tells me that I'm right, then nothing is confirmed. So it doesn't matter how old the subject is, we're free to talk about whatever we want, no disrespect, but it don't matter how many times it's covered. I'm sure we've all heard about a lot of things. We've all heard Master of Masters theory, but at the end of the day, there's still over 80 likes on this stream, so I'm sure at least 80 people liked hearing about it. You feel? Something to think about. Riku's bladed Dawn Keyblade has a blue eye on its hilt, which looks extremely similar to Luciu's Keyblade handed down to him by the Master. Yes, it does. Just like how all the foretellers also have a similar eye on the Keyblade. Honestly, did you ever wonder why Demyx never took part in any of the fight in Keyblade War? Because he was on reserve and he sucks? Oops. But his Keyblade also has 2 blue eyes on it. Yep, you have been talking for over an hour. I've been talking for over an hour and a half now. Sorry if my I'm talking so fast because my mouth does not want to open as much right now because I'm talking so much. It feels exhausting. So that's why I'm trying to talk fast so I don't have to open my mouth as much. You feel? I'm trying, making it hard to people to get what I'm trying to say. You ever talking to my mouth off to my grandma? So yeah, I feel. The fact that it's called No Name might be a clue. No Name could be possibly translated to unnamed, similar to Unreality. So the No Name Keyblade is Quadratum's version of the Keyblade. That is if Keyblades exist within that realm. But we also have no evidence to point that being the case or even being possible. The real question is, who the heck is Dimness's original being? You right? How's brain sound in your head? You can't put me on the spot like this. Watch one of the Union Cross reaction videos. I voice Brain a lot there. He sounds like me, but cool. Also, another theory. A third heart resides inside of Sora's heart, and that hasn't been revealed to us. I think that it is Xehanort's heart and Kingdom Hearts final mix against the lingering will. Somebody might have already answered this, but no, Donovan, it has been revealed who Sora's third heart is. It revealed it to us in Kingdom Hearts 3, but before that, it revealed to us in Dream Drop Distance. The three hearts within Sora. 1. Prime and Focus, the one who is there first, Ventus. We all seen Ventus's heart go within Sora's body in Birth by Sleep. It happened. Nobody needs an explanation for that. That's the case. Then the other one, we saw Roxas return to Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2. We see him do it, actually, at the beginning of Cage 2. We saw a reconfirmation that he still lives within Sora in Cage 2 at the ending. We see him within Sora and come out and get his own body in Cage 3, especially in the Remind DLC where it shows us explicitly that specific instance. The third one is Xion. We specifically see her within Sora's heart in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. And it is also said even earlier, Xion says it as she's dying in days, saying that she's going to return to Sora now. That is what she specifically says, and she has been there ever since. She has been there, but she has been forgotten. So the three hearts within Sora, Ventus, Roxas, Xion. Ventus being, of course, Ventus, a completely separate person. You follow over there on Twitch, GamerGuy0294. Thank you so much for following. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. Thank you so much. Ventus, we obviously know he got in there. Normal, it's a completely separate guy. Roxas, the nobody of both Sora and Ventus. That's why he looks like Ventus, but he acts like Sora. Ventus' heart was also in Sora's when Sora released his heart. Her heart ended up going back into Sora when she was killed by Roxas at the end of Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. So that is why there are three hearts that live within Sora. Mr. Lazarus, come forth. Hey, nice name. New subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. You are now a warrior of courage. It's an honor to have you amongst our ranks. What's up, Miss Mia? I'm a banana nana. Okay. Terra's mistakes Sora for Xehanort. This lines up with Xehanort passing the Keyblade onto Sora at the end of Cage 3. I don't think that means what you think it means. I think he literally just thought the only person that would probably know of this place is Xehanort. He would be the only one who would have a reason to come back. So he likely just came at him. But then he mistakes him for Xehanort and then has a different feeling. Oh, new sponsor. Hey, Jesse, Inetta, thank you so much for becoming a member. You just financially supported this channel. Not only did you help put food on my plate and help out my family, you also financially supported this community. So much love to you. Anything you guys can financially support me in will help me directly put it back into the channel. So much love to you. I appreciate you. But he also realized that there was a connection to Riku within him too. As he says, you're not the one I chose. As we know, the one who was supposed to get a Keyblade was supposed to be Riku, but Riku kind of messed that up in KH1. If Disney Worlds are a part of Unreality, it's possible like Davy Jones to have a heart in the box. Maybe Kingdom Hearts is not over yet. It's definitely not. That's true because he had a yellow eyes, but there was no actual action out here at all. I mean, Sora was just a giant flesh box for a lot of hearts. You're right. Speaking of the heart, could Quadratum have been formed based off Sora's heart's memory? No. We have no reason to believe that whatsoever. As far as we've known, the events of Quadratum that have happened within it have already been long happening, and it's already been a major city. It takes time to build a city, much longer than probably the lifespan of these people that's probably been going on. These people, like the Nameless Star, have already lived here for quite a while, as we know, because they already lived here and she possibly quote-unquote died there. And the fact that she can pinpoint one city out of however many cities probably exist in that whole unreality, the fact that she can pinpoint, oh, a big city with tall buildings, she's got to be talking about Quadratum. Quadratum is pretty famous. It takes a while for a place to really become famous. The master can create dream eaters, so a homunculus of some kind to take his place would make some sense. It could be in the box. It could. But why would he do that? Couldn't he just put his heart in the box to ensure he exists in the future and then make it then? Why make that little dream eater wait all that time? That hit different just then. That was tasty. Then again, one question in the fiction itself is the non-fiction telling the fiction it was fantasy all along. My brain. Don't do this to me, John. I think Demix is being saved for KH4. Why? Well, Sora has Roxas in it with his heart. Actually, my theory on it can be right. Quadratum is formed right after a dive to the heart sequence. Why would you think that? Lucio has a piece of Master of the Eye. I need KH4 so bad. So do I. 2022 is a long time from now. Hey, it'll be alright. We're still getting Union Cross and Dark Road updates, which means you're still getting more videos from KingdomAce. So I think we'll be alright in 2021. What do you think happened to Demix at the end of KH3? He went back and did nothing and sat on that bench. Sora is Masters, maybe from an alternate timeline or dimension. I made a video on that topic. Me, I'm already half Xehanort. I was like, oh, bro. He does draw keyblades out of the hearts of people when he forges them. I think the keyblade might be Sora's weapon. Well, with it though. He's on the jazz, man. He's on the jazz. Like the Kingdom Key. Dude, I was literally thinking about the Lucio theory a couple days ago. I hope we actually get to use the keyblade. So Sora has the keyblade and Kingdom Key. I wish, because that would be awesome. Oh, the chat refreshed. Oh, I was just there, bro. Oh, I'm so behind on chat, bro. I'm trying to make sure that I read all the comments, bro. Oh, you gotta give me a second. Whew. If you guys are enjoying the stream, share out the stream with a homie. Share out the stream. Get the people in here. We had a lot of people in here. We had a maximum of like 80 something people in here. So I really do appreciate that. Somebody say, I like planes. How far behind are you on chat? Well, I'm looking at that 21 minutes late, so that means something. I hope we actually get to use the keyblade. I hope so too. Trust keyblade and Kingdom Key. I wish that would be awesome. I'm convinced Master is just the physical embodiment of light. Definitely possible. I made a video on that. I do really think that Sora has the Keyblade in the sense that he's the only one allowed to use it. I don't think anyone can own the Keyblade, meaning it can't really be complete either. Makes sense. Yeah, though, in Union Cross, there is an embodiment called Darkness. So at the end, if he's light, he allows a Keyblade war. That depends also. I mean, that light's not all goody two-shoes, because at the end of the day, being possessed by light or succumbing to light can be the same kind of thing as darkness in the end, because with darkness, Xehanort was aiming for a balance between the two, and Ericus had let himself succumb to light to the point he was willing to kill somebody who was kind of like a son to him. So, have you heard of the new Steins Gate visual novel? I most certainly have. Huaviate, I most certainly have. Why is he about him the darkness of the Masters all along? Maybe. I think his character will be fleshed out more, and the further we get into Union Cross, and the more we understand what darkness is. What if the Master of Masters hated darkness so much to where he... Ooh, that was hold up. You boy gotta bring out the Google Docs for a second. Hold up, your boy gotta bring on the Google Docs. But I've already made 2 videos on a similar topic, but this one's different, alright? Hidden connection between the Master of Masters and darkness. Actually, don't I already have a title with that? It's I made that video, the secret connection. Oh, I did do that. I did make this. I was like, huh. No, it says Mr. Trouble gave me an idea on that topic, but it's not the same thing that I have here. So, hold up. What if the Master of Masters committed an act similar to Xehanort in Cage Birth by Sleep, to where he extracted the darkness out of himself in attempt to become a pure being of light due to a hatred he has for darkness. But that extracted darkness ended up forming as a being, a sentient being known as darkness, which we do end up seeing in Kingdom Hearts Unicross. Boom, bam, bop. Yo, we're at 91 likes. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes this stream. That'd be awesome. Where is he reading this stuff? It's not on the list I'm reading. Cunning Smile, I'm like 30 minutes behind on chat. I'm just as confused. I don't see how far behind. Jesse, I'm trying to catch up on chat. You guys talk about such interesting topics, and then I don't know how to stop talking, and then I end up talking for 20 minutes on a topic, and then like, oh yeah, I'm live streaming right now, not recording. Let me read chat. I don't want you guys to feel like you're just talking into the void and this streamer, this YouTuber doesn't look at chat. So I try to read all the comments. You guys took time out of your day to do this. So just know that what you're hearing me say right now was probably said like 20, 30 minutes ago. I'm trying to catch up, trying to catch up. My brain hurts as I'm trying to catch up. I need another swig. I'm not actually drinking alcohol. What if the box contained the Master's body as opposed to his heart? That way he could use the arc to travel to the end of the Keyblade War, write the book, and then travel back to his body at any point prior. But the thing is, there was something already inside the box when the Masters gave it to Lucio. So he was obviously giving him a heavy box. As you could tell, they both struggle to actually keep it moving. And it's heavy enough to have to be dragged. When Lucio ends up having it alone, the Master of Masters is standing right there, and it's already been ordered not to open it. It's already visibly locked. So I think it's safe to say the Master of Masters didn't stuff himself in that box. Doesn't the Keyblade system exist after Kingdom Hearts retreats? Does it? I don't remember that. I think I know what's in the black box, but what if, hey guys, what's up, Electronic Pumpkin? The box holds its truth in Kingdom Hearts. Do you think that Kingdom Hearts 4 will focus on Square Enix world? That'd be so cool. I definitely think so. I have a video coming up on that exact topic. Who can wield both light and darkness? Riku? If this is live, then why is his comment section active? It's not like he's reading it. I'm trying. I am reading it. I'm literally reading everything. I'm trying my best to catch up, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Give me a break. Realm of Darkness has no time. The Castle of Oblivion is really slow time flow. Why does Riku dream himself in Quadratum? What connects him to that place? Probably his connection to Sora. Not necessarily him to Quadratum, but him to the universe of Unreality. Unreality might, I guess him still technically being his dream eater, might be pointing that in as a way to guide him to being able to save Sora. So maybe the key to saving Sora lies within Quadratum and not specifically where Sora is. When Xemnas and Ansem were destroyed, it freed Terra and Xehanort and caused their bodies to revert to their original form. So Terra got a decade back. Bro, I'm so behind. I think Star Ocean just separated stories like Final Fantasy. Oh, okay. You're like Patrick, though. Ooh, Star Ocean, The Last Hope. Okay. Yeah, we got a total gut win with the beard guy. Goodbye, checks. How's your day? I'm doing good. How about you, Miss Mia? I'm going to logic leap and say Riku has more of a chance of connecting to the Master Master than Sora. Someone knocking on my door. So, that was not what I expected. So, we think somebody got shot near my house. It's like there's like 5 or 6 police cars in front of my house. I think I might have to end stream. My family's all out there. They're talking. The police are talking to my family and everything, bro. So I'm going to make an executive decision and catch up on chat real quick. Let's see if we can get 100 likes for this homie. I'm going to catch up. I wasn't that. Oh yeah, I was. Okay. I am now caught up on chat because I decided to skip ahead. So I'm now seeing the current comment. Yeah, that's what ended up happening. Someone has said, what's the song in the background? It's epic. The song you were hearing is Decisive Battle 2, the Battle 2 theme from Octopath Traveler, another game by Square Enix. Yes, he is. Being Sora's Dream Eater didn't stop just within the world of dreams. He was still able to access a portal through Sora's heart as a Dream Eater in the real world at the end of Dream Drop Distance. That's how he was able to save Sora. He's got to get some eye drops so he can keep focus on the screen, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I'm like that, Steven. What's poppin'? Yo, bro, I don't know if somebody died outside. So, look at this. If we can get 2 more likes, if we can get 100 likes, that'd be great. Yes, I definitely do think the Nameless Star can be resurrected. The fairy godmother has already said so. I don't know if someone died. I don't know, but someone likely got shot or something. Yo, we got 100 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Okay, I think it's probably best I end the stream here. I hate ending the stream so abruptly, but I need to make sure everything is good. I don't know if I should end. My thing is, if I go on BRB, I feel like everybody's gonna leave. I might go on BRB just so we can make sure everything is good out there. So, I might go on BRB real quick, then let y'all know if I can come back. That's what we might have to do. So I'll probably put this image on stream. I don't know. There's a bunch of police cars outside my house, and my mom came in knocking saying that someone might have got shot. So we need to make sure. I'm gonna go check, and we might be back. I'll come back and let y'all know. Keep talking theories. Don't leave. I'll be back. Thank you for 100 likes on the stream. Keep talking. Music is playing. We good. Hey, yo, we back. We back. All right. Whew. Okay. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm not hurt. I'm good. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry if anybody subscribed while I was not here. I'm very sorry for the unprofessionalism. We hit 9.6K, by the way. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. And we're through it already. That's awesome. I'd love to do that. Honestly, I might do more talking streams because it seems like you guys like the just general talking Kingdom Hearts theory streams more than just playing a game. Yeah, I'm good. We don't know what happened. Basically, one of the neighbors called my mom and was like, "Are y'all okay?" There's like houses blocking off your, they're like, there's cars blocking off your house, police cars. There's like 5 or 6 of them. And my mom's like, "What?" And she steps outside and there's like 6 police cars. And I go out there and see it because apparently it's been going on for like 20 minutes and I didn't know. But yeah, it seems like we're all right. Seems like we're all right. I don't know what happened. They didn't specifically say what happened, but it seems like there was a potential shooter or something, which is strange because our neighborhood is extremely calm, you know, never have none wrong. So I'm a little shocked that something possibly may have happened. But something happened to bring out this many police cars. It couldn't have been nothing for that many. How do you pronounce that Dimmick's name? Mide? And yo. Alright, we got like 16 less people, 18 less people. Hey, that's not that bad. We still over 30. Hey. Part of me is like, bro, it's already almost midnight. Emed. Hey, you right? Someone's probably just like, I don't know, Ignis. I don't know. Masters and possibly Brain plus Erica suffer from Quadratum. Brain and Master seem to know more than they lead on about. This might just be an anagram. I don't know. Erica's didn't really seem like it. It don't really matter anyway because Erica's died. And Brain probably ain't alive either. Especially since Brain is probably one of Erica's ancestors. Demi, you got lazy. But doesn't Zemnis pick the names? Hey, Zemnis got lazy? Wait, where the free line? Oh. Emet is what I would call it. Hey, why are you sorry, Kristen? I don't think anybody was calling you out. I think they're calling me out. Which makes much more sense. Don't be mean to Kristen. I'll be mean to you. You think there's anything think anything to the fact that directly after the cutscenes of Sora being Quadratum, it cuts to Lucius saying Master can finally return. Possibly he couldn't exist in reality with Sora there. Sora's not in Quadratum, he's in Shibuya. But if you're just saying that Sora and the Master of Masters can't exist in the same realm, that already gets disputed by the same cutscene, because the Master of Masters, we see him in Quadratum, because the area he's in reflects that of Shinjuku, and we know Quadratum is based and modeled after Shinjuku, which is in the same universe of Unreality as Shibuya, within the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, meaning they're already within the same realm. So that can't technically be possible. Sorry for getting religious. I was panicked and super worried about you. Don't be worried about me. I really appreciate it though. No worries. I'm always going to be all right. We got goals to accomplish on this channel. Ain't nothing going to happen to me until we accomplish some goals. I still got to interview Nomura for you guys. I completely agree. There isn't enough information on Yozora to go on, as Kristen says. There's just not enough. Like I said, we could talk about the Master of Masters a lot, just because he, there's a lot we know about him in comparison to Yozora. Literally, all we know about Yozora is that he's from the universe of Unreality. He has ties to the Nameless Star. He had a dream fight with Sora. That's it. That's all we really know. We only really see him in the fight with Sora and Remind. We see him in the Virum Rex trailer and the secret ending of KH3 when he's looking down from a tower. That's it. He didn't even say anything in that. Fresh haircut though. Hey, appreciate you, Andy. Yozora in Japanese means nice guy, just like Noctis is nice guy in Latin. Nothing, Kumasama. You're good. He said he was real, the world wasn't. Wait, what are you referring to? Let's get back to theories on Kingdom Hearts. Isn't that what we're already talking about? Maybe Yozora's a mix of Riku and Sora. I'd like to believe that, but I have no idea if that's the case. Eternal Sonata. I've not played that. I don't know what that is. Nothing a quick Google search will can't help. Eternal Sonata, Xbox 360, PS3. That looks like it got some good reviews by Bandai Namco. Published by Bandai. Got some good reviews. Hiroya Tsushiba. Where do I know you from? Nothing. I don't know you from anything. I do know Motoi Sakuraba. He does the soundtrack for the Tales of games. Yeah. I'm waiting to play it for 10 years now. Never let go of your passions. Don't do it. I mean, Virum Rex ain't gonna be versus 13. I hate to bust your bubble, but it ain't gonna be versus 13. I promise you it won't be. He's gonna take certain aspects of it, like the design of the character and stuff, but I don't think he's going to take versus 13 and implement it in Kingdom Hearts. It's not gonna be the case. Virum Rex might be inspired from it, but so is Final Fantasy 15. So all I'm saying is, don't go into Kingdom Hearts expecting expecting versus 13. You will be severely disappointed. So when you travel by arc, you leave your body behind, right? No, you do not leave your body behind. It is implied the arc is the only way to physically time travel, physically, not just time travel, or physically transport your body to a different point in time and space. Meaning you can get to the world of Unreality using it physically, which is what Xehanort says specifically in Melody of Memory. But it's also the way that they get the Union leaders out of the universe, well, out of the realm of the Unchained. He said you can't summon a Keyblade without light. Vanitas has a Keyblade and he's darkness, so I don't think that theory you said 30 minutes or an hour ago was accurate. No, I think it would depend on what the version of a Keyblade is. I feel a being of darkness who uses a Keyblade would have a Keyblade of darkness. Technically, I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, because look at this. To dispute you, Miss Pirate. You remember the Kingdom Key D? The Kingdom Key D is the Kingdom Key of the Realm of Darkness, used by a being of light, Mickey. Mickey is a being of light. He's from the Realm of Light. But he's still able to use a Keyblade from the Realm of Darkness. He used it. He fought with it. He's used it plenty of times. So just because, you know, Vanitas is darkness, does that mean he can't use a Keyblade? Even if it was of darkness or if it was of light? Why would that not be the case, huh? I'm hitting you with that Phoenix right now. Did I get you? Am I picking up what you're putting down? Am I using what you said against you? Am I allowing you to cut through them words, you know? What has been proven, Oliver? What, Zane or Luxord from Unreality? It's implied. It has not been confirmed. I mean, it's all but confirmed, but they haven't specifically said it though. Master's objective has been clarified yet. I'm a little out of the loop, at least with Union Cross. The Master's objective has not been clarified. We have no idea what his true goal is in the end game. We know that we have known some things he's trying to do to lead up to his goal, but we do not know what ultimately his goal is. We know that he purposely had the foretellers roles overlap each other, causing each other to, you know, dispute between each other, causing a Keyblade War to happen. That was all part of his intention. That's why he knew it was inevitable, because he was the one technically starting it. He was the cause of why it started anyway, because he planted inner strife between each other. Then he made the roles contradict each other. We also know that he was the one who personally chose who was supposed to become the union leaders of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. But Ava betrayed the Master of Masters and changed who was supposed to be a union leader and who was supposed to receive the Book of Prophecies, because only one of them was supposed to receive the Book of Prophecies. And light doesn't make sense. What I was saying is a Keyblade of light is summoned by light. A Keyblade of darkness is summoned by darkness. That's just a theory. Ain't nobody saying that's true. But I'm just saying is if you throw away the whole a Keyblade need light to summon it and stuff like that, you could still say a being of optical side could summon each Keyblade. And even if that were to be the case, I'm assuming you're trying to say that Vanitas is a Keyblade and he's darkness, so I don't think that theory would be right. But you're saying a being of darkness can't summon light. Why? Why? Because if it takes darkness to summon a Keyblade from the realm of darkness, then how is Mickey using that Keyblade? There is no rule within the Kingdom Hearts series that says that's not possible. There's nothing that's because he's darkness. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Just because he's darkness doesn't mean he can't call upon the light. Anybody literally could. People, humans that are from the realm of light, they're beings of light because they're from the realm of light, but they can still call upon the darkness though. But who says you need to have the light within you though? This is all going, of course, if you go based on my video, of course. I did make a video on the possibility of it. But if we want to get really technical with things, which I didn't go 100% in depth in that video, because I honestly didn't feel that I needed to in the first place. But at the end of the day, just because you have no light in you, does that not mean you can't externally call upon light to do so? We know light and darkness do dwell within people's hearts, just like how darkness, I'm sure, has darkness within his heart, and light is obviously within people with light within their heart. But at the end of the day too, do you think you cannot call upon an external light and darkness to summon a Keyblade? Is there anything in the series that says that's not possible? Even if it's not likely, that could 100% not be the case. But is there anything in the series that says it's not possible? No. There's nothing in the series that says it's not possible. Maybe you don't need just, maybe you just don't need, you don't just need light and or darkness summon a Keyblade, but also the presence of Kingdom Hearts in that universe. Sora is up on Quadratum because he's abused power of waking. That would make sense. Maybe he's in a world that he can't use the Keyblade in, like in my newest video. Maybe he can't use the Keyblade here, and that is his punishment. Now he's in a place where he can't abuse the power of waking ever again. I don't think the darkness is truly evil so much as chaotic. I don't know. We haven't seen that many pure darknesses. Pure darknesses. Dude, it's midnight. I gotta end stream. Honestly, with as good as this stream was, I'll probably make it public. We talked about a lot of great theories and had some good discussions this stream. I'm honestly might go back at like the 20-minute mark and go and snag that segment of the stream and make a video on it. Like the loneliness of someone who lives on. Why was Terra Xehanort able to have both a human heartless and a human nobody? Was this answered before? The heartless that is sprouted from somebody releasing their heart in Kingdom Hearts is never definitive. It can literally take the form as any kind of pure blood heartless. That doesn't matter because Emblem Heartless was technically made by Ansem the Wise. So any normal, not like Shadow and Neo Shadow, were made by Ansem the Wise technically. So but Ansem Seeker of Darkness was just the form that his Heartless took. And the human nobody, of course, well, all nobodies are humanoid figures, so that's all there is to it. Sora's took the heart of a specific figure of a shadow, and if I want to get technical, if they've made Kingdom Hearts 1 in 2020, it wouldn't have been a regular shadow, and I think that's just because it was made in 2002. I don't think I heard you of my other box theory. What's up, Miss Pirate? You think Sora still has the Keyblade? I don't know. That would depend on if he's bequeathed the Keyblade. He was given it, but he wasn't bequeathed it. You know, bequeathing a Keyblade looks a certain way, and that didn't look like a ritual to me. One of Xehanort's report says, if I become the first to open Kingdom Hearts' door, I can create the next world in which light and darkness exist in perfect equilibrium. Could this be Shibuya? No. Shibuya is confirmed to be within the world of Unreality, to be a place that does not have light or darkness existing. So if you're saying that maybe because it doesn't exist, the goal is to make this world where they exist in perfect equilibrium, he could do that with Shibuya. That could be true. But at the end of the day, why not just do that for the world he's already in? That'd be easier. There already exists light and darkness in this world, so creating equilibrium for it should be an easier task. But I also don't think that'll end up being the case because that's too similar to what Xehanort was trying to do. He said in Birth by Sleep that his goal was to recreate the equilibrium of light and darkness and to stop the tyranny of the light. So I don't think they would make another villain with pretty much the exact same motive. Master Masters is light, Vanitas is darkness. I think Master Masters and Vanitas are related. They're both that would depend. I don't think Vanitas has anything to do with it. I genuinely think Vanitas and darkness are two separate beings of darkness. Just because, say, Ven has a heart of pure light and Kairi also has a pure heart of light, that doesn't necessarily mean they're connected, does it? Why can't there just be two completely separate beings of darkness? Vanitas was created in Birth by Sleep by extracting all the darkness out of Ventus's heart, making him a pure heart of light and Vanitas a pure heart of darkness. That way they can be used to clash and create the Keyblade. So Vanitas was not there back then.
You could argue that a version of himself did wait at the destination if he wanted to travel back in time. Ventus was there back then. But at the same time, Vanitas died in Birth by Sleep. And he died again in Kingdom Hearts 3. So when would he have been able to go back? You're saying he went back when he was killed? I mean, I guess you could technically say Maleficent did the same thing, but Maleficent wasn't killed though in Kingdom Hearts 1. She was sent back in time. So you can't really say the same when we know Vanitas died in Birth by Sleep.
The box has Bahamut inside. That'd be clean. It might be a tight fit though. With his jerk self. We still don't know. Could be the box is an immortal monster. Master of Seal and doesn't trust the kids and only loose you not to open it. The monster's probably dead by now. Anthem, Secret Darkness, and Xenos are Terra's heartless and nobody when Xehanort had control of him. Yep. Vanitas was there before Birth by Sleep. Yes, because we saw, I say it was in Birth by Sleep. By that, I mean the game. It took place before the events of Birth by Sleep when Ventus was still under the tutelage of Master Xehanort. Is the darkness in Remind in Ventus's heart Vanitas or Unicross darkness? Definitely be Vanitas. The darkness in Ventus's heart whatsoever is Vanitas. Vanitas is Ventus's darkness. He is Ventus. They're literally the same person. Just one was taken out of him. If you were to take the darkness that lives within Riku's heart out, it would literally become a being who is Riku, but just a dark version of them. That's why I don't think the darkness in Union Cross has to be the same darkness as Vanitas. If anything, I would believe the Master of Masters extracted his own darkness and attempted to become a pure heart of light, and that being ended up creating its own, sense of self and becoming darkness. We don't know if darkness is a guy. We don't know. Could be a girl. Could be anything. I don't know. They're not voice acted, so I don't know. Why does Master Master still like the same? Does he not age? That would depend. Is he time traveling to get to these points in time? When he disappeared, did he time travel to the events of Remind when he talked to young Xehanort as a kid? And then did he time travel to Quadratum and the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3? Or did he live out all of these years just away from everybody else? That would depend. I'm sure he could easily just transport his body just like Lucy was doing. But if you also go by my theory, it is technically possible to possess inanimate objects in Kingdom Hearts because we've seen them do it. Xehanort did that in Kingdom Hearts 1. In Birth by Sleep, he ended up going back in time. And then he ended up telling himself to go on this quest in the first place. He was possessing a robe. There was no physical person in that robe. So what I'm saying is not theory. That's fact. Bro. Yes, man. All right, Miss Pirate, you have a good one. Thanks for coming through for so long. I'm probably about to end. Vanitas' name also is another word for vanity, which is another word for pride, which is the last of the 7 sins, which is Master's name. Do you find it weird that Odin and the Master of Masters are only 2 characters that have one eye? Could Odin be the Master of Masters? Probably not him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's tied. I have a video in the works about something similar. What do you think about the possibility of the Master of Masters manipulating Sora into turning against his friends since they're currently split up? He can meet with each one as they enter Quadratum. Sora turning against his friends. I don't think anyone could convince Sora to turn against his friend. I don't think that's possible. It's not in Sora's character. I couldn't specifically see that happening. Maybe give them some purposely vaguely advice and maybe a role for them to under the guise of helping Sora. I don't know if it came to actually hurting him. I don't think it would happen, but it would have to be pretty specific to ensure that didn't happen. Since Sora's friends are his power, turning them against each other would seem interesting. Plus, Sora seems to be at most crits of falling to darkness when dreaming or sleeping. So yeah, it's not expecting any cage news other than mobile stuff until E3 2021. Actually, try further than that. Nomura has already confirmed that there will be no new Kingdom Hearts news outside of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and Dark Road for the entirety of 2021 until 2022. They want to go big for the anniversary, the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. So that's what they're putting everything towards. It's confirmed we will get no new cage news for revolving around games for the entirety of 2021. So get ready, everyone. We're about to go over a year-long drought without cage console game news. So get ready. I feel like they hinted more towards a Master Yin Sid backstory and Melody Memories. If we see that one of the students from Dark Road is Yin Sid and who? Kairi's grandmother. That'd be cool, but I don't think that'll end up happening because we've met all the students now, unless you want to say that one of those students will end up becoming Yin Sid or something like that. That's something different. And he talked about when he served as a Keyblade Master. We didn't necessarily talk about when he was a kid or something like that, or a student. How long do you think Dark Road will be? Probably not much longer. I think Dark Road will end next year after Union Cross. I'm positive Dark Road and Union Cross will end next year. The stories will. I wouldn't be surprised if, they replace it with something else. Also, thanks to everybody who's joined the Discord server. I'm going to do ! Discord if you guys do want to do that right there. If you guys want to join in the discussion, send me some theories, talk about other Square Enix games, anime, all that kind of stuff. It's right there. That's what he told Sora when he defeated him. Dang rip. By the way, what do you think that, Still got chest though. Going back to the one eye stuff, like I said before, do you think the Master uses actual eye for the no name? Yes. He specifically said that. And him, Lushu, making the expression, ew, he literally meant literally. I put my eye in there. It would make sense. I don't have a reason to believe it wasn't his actual eye, because at the end of the day, it being his actual eye or not probably doesn't matter, because regardless, the Master still has the power to see into the future by using the eye within the Keyblade of the no name. I'm not assuming the next style will be Dream Drop Distance style. I'm not too sure. I'm hoping it's more traditional style. We've had a non-number title with traditional traditional style before. Days had that, so probably because Master is light, so he's probably trying to stay pure from darkness. Why is Master so scared to take off his coat that protects someone from darkness? He tells Xehanort that he becomes so powerful he'll never need it. Yet Master still wears it. He's acting sus. I mean, yeah, like I was saying, if he's a pure being of light, that could be a reason why he doesn't want to take it off, because he's scared of darkness in general. There's an eye on the end of and an eye on the keychain of the Gazing Eye Keyblade. Yeah, there's a Gazing Eye on all of the Foreteller's Keyblades and on Riku's Keyblade as well. Hey, appreciate it, Mirror Limit. I see you just joined the server. I appreciate you. See the Animaniacs picture. Vanity's Keyblade has a similar design. Where do you want the story of Cage to go if you could choose any direction? Honestly, Cage is such a roller coaster, it's hard to really guess. I want it to continue with complexities. Complexities enough to where what is revealed to you isn't exactly easy to grasp if you're not paying attention. So I want to feel rewarded for paying closer attention to cutscenes than other people. But I also don't want them to do what they want. I don't want them to do specifically what fans want, because when they cater to what fans want, they end up with a fan fiction as their canon series, and that doesn't go well, as you can tell with some series. It doesn't go well.
Keep doing what you're doing. Listen to the community on what they think, but don't specifically take those ideas and run with it.
Sorry about that, but I meant to say, what do you think about Sora's darkness from the final fight against Xehanort is going to play a role in Xehanort's ultimate plan? Well, I mean, Xehanort's dead now, so why he wants the world's destruction? I think he wants the world's destruction because the world is impure. It's got too much darkness in it. If the Masters end up being a pure light, then being someone who seems to be so scared of darkness, he would probably want to destroy the world that he can rebuild it of pure light. Why does the realm of light even have darkness within it? Seems to be little to no light within the realm of darkness. I wonder what they'll do for those who don't keep up with the mobile and make another 2 movies for Union and Dark Road. I don't know. I'm not sure. When Union Cross and Dark Road finish, they need to be implemented on a console game, whether that's remade into console style or simply put all of the missions from start to finish. Don't include none of the gacha feature. Just include the game on console. They can do that. Or just put the gacha features in too. Who cares? But that's why I was saying making Melody of Memory a recap game was probably a bad idea. They were stuck because right now we're in between arcs. Melody of Memory was kind of the bridge into starting the next saga, but at the same time we probably need a recap. So at a point like this, you probably want to recap everything we just went through, which makes sense. But at the same time, we can't recap the story when the whole story isn't there. Vital to that story is the Union Cross and Dark Road stories, which is why I don't like that they had to recap the story before those stories are done. So that sucks. People will not take Union Cross and stuff seriously until they're implemented on a console. Journey to Distance is really fun, man. Hey, Ace just came to hang out for a few minutes. How do you feel about Xigbar Lucio being the main antagonist right hand? I'm completely down with it. I feel like it's good to have a right hand man, you know? I feel like Lucio is the best guy for the job. I don't feel that he's going to betray the Master of Masters like some people think. It seems like he's followed his advice to the T, so at this point I have no reason to believe it's different. What's your favorite KH game? My favorite KH game is Kingdom Hearts 3. Second would be Dream Dark Distance. What's up, Britt? I remember getting Dream Dark Distance when it came out on 3DS. I love it. You were 9? Jeez, that makes you feel old. What's better, Balloon Route or Reflecta? Well, you have invincibility frames when you use Balloonga, but Reflecta, you also can't get hit. I would probably choose Reflecta. I believe the VRMX guy's ability is called Remind or Nevermind based on what was told after Sora was defeating him. I don't know. Look at his close range only and you can spam Balloon Ra. You can. What if Sora, but the thing is, nothing can hurt you with Reflecta. What if Sora makes new friends and does not want to leave them, then Riku goes dark mode. If he did, I would hate Riku again. He's my favorite character and I would hate him if he did that. In Norse mythology, Odin sacrifices his eye to gain immense wisdom, very similar to Master Masters gaining knowledge of the future. I don't think it's coincidence that Odin is in Dark Road. You're definitely right. I have an old video about the Master of Masters, well, about whoever was Master Eric Hiss and Master Xehanort's teacher must be tied to Lucio and the Master of Masters. It's the only thing that would make sense as to why the no-name Keyblade would be there. My main theory is that either Lucio is Odin and Odin was just one of the semblances that and one of the lives he lived. That way he can keep an eye on the Keyblade, because remember that Keyblade and the no-name Keyblade is hung up in their classroom. Why would that be? Unless the person who owned it is also here too. So that would just make the most sense. I love them implementing the console with normal KH gameplay. Yeah, that'd be cool. So like you had Nobody's Heartless Dream Leaders on Versed, and now you have mind monsters that are imaginary. Kingdom Hearts is going places. It'd be cool if they made plot of anti-rage form instead of it being a last resort. That'd be cool. Favorite is personally Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep was the first Kingdom Hearts game I played. As some of you guys may not know, I got into Kingdom Hearts through the manga.
I had no idea that Kingdom Hearts was a video game series for many years until 2010's Birth by Sleep, and that's when I found out it was a game. I still have my old Kingdom Hearts 1 manga somewhere. It's over there. I showed it on stream like last week. Master's pure light. Who would be his counterpart to balance him out? Also, wouldn't his power in Unreality be turned off if he wants Kingdom Hearts in Unreality, but Dark Light and Darkness don't exist in Unreality? I would completely agree. That would definitely be a contradiction. So that would be a reason to disbelieve that being the case. But his counterpart to balance him out would likely be Darkness, the being called Darkness within Union Cross. So as there is a consensus, the Master is the next big bag. That's what I think. But based off my comment section, people don't seem to agree with me. The thing is, I think of the Master of Masters as a villain. I think it's pretty clear. But many people don't believe me. People don't like hearing me say that. I'll still say it anyway. That's what I believe. 116 likes. Well, yeah, we had a great stream, Britt. We capped off at like 88 viewers. I had to go AFK for a little bit. And I was pretty behind on chat. I know people don't like it when a streamer is behind on chat, so I'm sorry. Honestly, I think it's getting hard for me to read every comment. So I might not be able to read every comment from now on to try to keep up with the chat, because obviously, as you guys have seen, it gets really hard to say every comment. Imagine a Riku versus Sora fight. It'd be lit, especially nowadays. Over 100 likes, big nice. Hey, Motita, appreciate you. I had the full Days manga. I love the Days manga. It's great. Also, I'm probably gonna go to bed. It's about almost 12:30 here for me. We streamed longer than I thought we were. I thought I was only gonna stream for like an hour and a half. But then the whole someone getting shot near us thing happened. All that kind of crap. I mean, we had over 100 likes, so we doubled the goal. I'm gonna be live tomorrow. Oh, I did need to say this before all of you leave. What's today? It's the 9th. So the 10th, I have a stream scheduled for the 10th, tomorrow. The 10th of December 10th. We are actually registered as a co-streamer for the official Game Awards 2020. So I was already sent the press kit and everything like that. So we're officially a co-streamer for the official Game Awards 2020. I will be streaming the event on the 10th. That way you guys can come out. There is already a schedule for that stream. I would recommend you guys taking the link to the stream. Hold up, manage. I'm gonna link you guys the stream. That way it's upcoming. That way you guys can make sure you don't miss it. That way you can hit the reminder. Here, dude, get out of the way, bro. Okay, here, boom. So yeah, we out here. We kind of out here. Yeah. So there we go. That is the link. You guys can make sure you guys are not gonna miss that stream. I got the press kit. I got the layout, all that good stuff. I got all the good stuff. I made a thumbnail already. That's not the thumbnail they sent me. They sent me something to use, but I was kind of like, it's kind of mid. I need to give my people something better at least. And it's not that cool. I mean, it's the main pro tag of 16, main pro tag of Neo, The World Ends With You on there. But, you know, Mastermind sends literal preteens, young adults that are destined up a decade-long plan, and all these people affected his aim. He's so bad. People don't want to hear it. I literally said that in the video. People still disagree with me, bro. Period, King. I'm out here. You know, I'm out here. Yeah. When y'all don't see me uploading or not streaming a day, y'all thinking I'm just lazing about. No, bro. I'm out here trying to do this work for y'all. I promise you. I promise y'all. Y'all deserve the absolute best. So let me do my best for y'all. Let me do my best. One last time, if you guys want some updates for what's going on with your boy, maybe some behind the scenes stuff, letting know when videos go early. Yes, I did vote for 7 Remake also, but follow me on Twitter.
That way you guys can see some updates that you won't see anywhere else. I highly recommend you join the Discord server, as I do plan on doing an anime and movie night soon. Just need to talk it over with mods, that way we can get everything all set up. If you guys would like, I'm going to change the text channel right now actually to be event night, not game night. And if you have any ideas for event nights, whether it be watching a movie or watching an anime or playing a game together, put it in that text channel that says event night. That will be the place to do it. I will be looking there, and I'll have mods looking at it as well. But yes, mods, Motita, Yasmin, we're going to be talking about that soon. But your boy is very, very tired. So I need to take a load off for the night. Thank you guys for coming out. Couldn't be more grateful for everything you guys have done for me tonight and for me in general. You guys support me way more than you guys give yourselves credit for. You guys are really helping me out, help achieve, my dream. In the last 30 days, we've gained over 700 subscribers. So, it may not seem like it. I know every time you turn around, especially you guys who aren't new here, you guys are probably always seeing new people in the chat, and which is great. So thank you guys for being so welcoming. Shout out to all my regulars. You guys have been super welcoming to new people, whether they're joining the Discord server, they're in the comments of videos, they're in the chat of streams. You guys have been very welcoming. So much love to you guys for making good examples of people in our community. I want everybody to feel welcome here. So just so you guys know, in streams, at the end of the day, we are all here to have fun. So just because someone's theory you don't agree with, or someone doesn't agree with yours, that does not mean there's bad blood. Everybody is here to have fun. Nobody should be feeling uncomfortable here, not on my watch. And if you do, I am a message away. I don't care if I'm streaming. DM me on Twitter, DM me on Discord. I will see it. I promise you. It might take me a minute. Sometimes I can get backed up, and even if it happens and I don't see it till after the stream ends, I will go and see it and I will respond. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Help us get to 10K subscribers by the end of December 31st. I would very much appreciate it, as well as the people in our community who call this place home. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember, my warriors of courage, to stay strong, stay beautiful, and to always look skyward. And with that, Square Enix now owns my wallet.